Hello YouTube and welcome back to Castle of Random. It's your boy, Random, and we're back at it again with another Marvel Rivals video. Now today, we're not gonna be doing any gameplay, actually. So what's gonna happen today is recently, we actually received some leaks for the new patch notes that are gonna be coming up in the mid-season reset, if you will. Which is not really a reset, it's just technical reset. But anyway, they were taken by a guy from Twitter called XOLeaks. Now, although I couldn't really find the post because I don't know if it's been deleted or is it stuck under a tree or I don't know what. I had to scour the internet for the last maybe 30 minutes before kind of doing these videos to actually find them. And we actually did find them, finally. Now, fair warning, they are like screenshots, so if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's the only thing I could do, man. Apologies. It is what it is. But, you know, I'm excited to go into them because I haven't read them fully as I wanted to share my first thoughts with you guys. So without further ado, let's jump into the video and let's see what's gonna happen and what the new balance patches are gonna look like. Shall we? Okay, here we are. Now again, don't judge me. Don't judge me. It is what it is. This is the best I could do. First up, we have the Vanguards. Now again, don't judge me. I know how it looks. This is the best I can do, man. I'm not your typical leaker, YouTuber kind of guy, so I'm not really into all those shebang. I'm more so a fan of playing the game, but I thought it would be a nice, interesting topic to cover. So bear with me. And if you have any ideas how to make it better, let me know. I'll know for next time, I guess. Okay, but we're starting off with the Vanguards. First up, we have Venom. Venom Frenzied Rival has been changed from vertical knockback to inwards knockback at a 75% degree angle, and ultimate cost is from 2800 to 2500. So what this means, okay, so his dive attack is actually gonna be knocking people instead of vertically, they're gonna go a little bit to the side depending on, you know, which side you're on. And also it seems that his ultimate is gonna get a slight decrease, so a little bit faster charge, which is good. I guess this is gonna be a nice little good buff for him. Is this gonna skyrocket him into the top of being the most played Vanguard? Not really. It's just gonna make him a little bit better, a bit more versatile with the knockbacks, I think. But other than that, I don't think it's gonna be too crazy. It's a small buff. Next up, we have Captain America. Added the ability to use Absolute Will for defense during jumping. I think you can use shield while jumping. Vibranium Energy Saw. Projectile speed increased from 60 meters per second to 80 meters per second, and ejection speed after a hit increased from 100 to 150 meters per second. Ooh, yeah, boy! Captain America is getting buff even more. So we know we're on the right path of playing Captain America, and you'll be sure to expect more videos coming with Captain America even after the balance patches. We're gonna go hard on him. Like, we're getting him to top 500. I'm not even joking. But back to the buffs, I love the idea that being able to jump while using the shield, because a lot of times you're kind of stuck with choosing to either run away and die and jump, but you're still gonna die. So I think this is nice. But also, if you know, his shield reflects, so this means you can actually now jump and you can actually deflect Iron Man's ult even before it gets to the ground. So it's gonna make you, because I tried a few times in my gameplay, but I never managed to pulled it off completely. So I think this might be just a decent chance to make Captain America even more so of a Vanguard than he is, like more prominent. So I'm all for it. His energy saw a bit faster, absolutely amazing. Nothing too crazy, but I think it's nice. And his ejection after you do like the attack animation cancel, especially, like, you know, I love to do that. I've done it in all my videos. Check them out. What are you waiting for? Or watch this video in its entirety and then check them out. But be sure to check them out, as those series are one of the best series that I've done so far on this channel. I love him, so be sure to check him out. With the cancel animation, he's gonna be even more so of a nuisance, man. I love these changes, so Captain America is gonna be way more versatile. Next up, we have Thor. Removed cooldown after the Rune Awakening skill duration ends. Okay, now this is a huge buff for Thor. What this will mean is, as you know, his F skill, which makes him fling lightnings or throw lightnings, whatever you want to call. This means so Sorry, my brain got a meltdown, apparently. But what this means is his F ability costs 3 of his charges or the hammers, and additionally, when you activate it, it goes on cooldown. So now this means that you only need 3 charges to activate the ability, and on top of it, you'll have no cooldown. But with the E ability, which is like the little bubble that comes up, and if you fight in it, it charges you up faster. So this is gonna make him way more prominent of a vanguard that he actually is. So I think in this case actually that Thor's usage will skyrocket, because now you're gonna have sort of a ranged penny, does more damage and tanks more, and he's just better overall. The ulti is still trash, we'll always agree on that until they make some changes to it, but hey, this is a great change in the right direction, man. Thor deserves some love. He is strong, but with that, man, he's gonna be unstoppable. I think there's gonna maybe they need to add just a small something to make it a bit more balanced. I can already see the new Vanguard setups being Captain America and Thor, man, and it's gonna mess up like the game, like in a good way. It's not gonna be like just holding shields and staying there for 20 minutes. So I like these changes. Make it even more fast-paced. Give the guys that are actually doing stuff a bit more versatility to do stuff. So I'm all for it. Next up, we have Groot. Groot walls can be placed up to 18 meters from 15 meters. So that's a nice little buff. Nothing too crazy, just a nice little quality of life buff. Next up we have Magneto, with his primary fire being from 35 to 40 damage. So a slight buff. And then we have his curtain, which energy cost goes from 50 to 65. And its maximum duration from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. The curtain, I think it's the left shift ability. I didn't even knew it costed energy. So that's on me, I guess. I played Magneto, but that doesn't mean I know. And his max duration of that curtain is gonna be 1.5 seconds, so just a little bit less. And next we have Doctor Strange with his base HP going from 650 to 600. Ooh, okay. Now Magneto and Doctor Strange, as you know, those are the top 2 vanguards being picked this season, and even from the beginning of the game. Now this is nice because we might just see less usage of those heroes and more so of Thor and Captain America, which is gonna make the game even more fast-paced. So I'm all for it. Yes, I'm not saying like Doctor Strange or Magneto are gonna be like completely useless, but I think this is a nice little change to give actually the Captain America and Thor a bit of a love, because they've been very rarely picked. I mean, I play Captain America, that's a different story. I just like the guy. I hate being stuck holding right shift for eternity, so that's just me. But other than that, I think nice qualities of life. I like these changes. So far, the Vanguards get a thumbs up from me, absolutely. Moving on, next up we have the duelists. So let's start with the first one, which is Iron Fist, with his base HP increase from 250 to 300. Yes, good buff. Like this. As you know, he was a squishy, and being only used in maybe silver rank, gold somewhat, and in quick match. Other than that, you'll never find Iron Fist being actually used for a purpose aside from trolling, but it's a nice little change. It's as needed as with Wolverine, because they kind of share the same kind of mindset of how they're being played, so I think it's a nice little change. So next up we have Jeet Kune Do, which is his first, second and fifth attack reduced from 32 to 30. I think this is his auto attack, his primary fire. Third and fifth attack reduced from 16 to 15, and sixth attack reduced from 55 to 50. So he's gonna get a bit more health for a bit less damage. I'll take it. It's a nice little trade-off, I guess. Then we have the cooldown time of each hit to reduce the combo attack increase from 1 second to 1.5 seconds. What does that mean? I have no idea. Also, I forgot to mention these are translated from Chinese, because that's where the original leak comes from, or the original language of these. So if it makes no sense, it is what it is, man. But if you do understand what they're actually talking about, let me know in the comments below, because I'm lost here. And then you have, and the damage of each hit of the Sun Punch decreased from 19 to 10. What is the Sun Punch? Is it his ultimate ability? I don't know what it is. Again, if you know what it is, let me know in the comments below. Then we have Harmony Recovery, which is his meditation. Bonus HP provided increase from 50 to 150, with HP decay at 25 per second. So he's gonna have 300 on top of 150, so 450 for approximately 5 seconds. Well, he's now a walking tank, annoying flying kicking tank. And then you have Dragon's Defense, which HP converted from block increased from 150 to 200. Ay. So That, if you don't know, that's his right click ability. So now he can effectively have like 200 plus 150 plus 300, so that's 650 HP as a DPS. Did you forget that he's a duelist, Marvel Rivals? NetEase? Did you forget what actually Iron Fist is supposed to do? He's a flank, not a tank. It's an Iron Fist, not Iron Tank. Not Iron Dumbbell, not Iron anything. He's a fist. He's not Iron Shield. What? Like, he's gonna get so much health, man. He's gonna make no damage, be super annoying, but also be super annoying to kill along the process. He cannot kill you, but you cannot kill him neither. So it's... What? Okay. Hey, who am I to judge? If they think this is gonna work, it's gonna be interesting to see for sure. I don't know, man. A lot of buffs, but I don't know. And somewhat nerves, but I don't know how the fuck is gonna play out. Anyway, moving on. Mr. Fantastic, flexible elongation, spell field increase from 2.5 to 5 meters. Is this the stretched right click or is it the E ability? Now knock enemies outwards after landing. Still don't know. It's either, if it's the shield, then it means like after the ability, you know, he comes to you and he kind of, so he'll push you back. Charge increase from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. Okay, so it's gonna take a little bit longer. That means the shield is gonna last a bit more. No, actually, wait a minute. Is this like when he gets like fully buffed? Like he becomes like swole, like Gear 4 Luffy or something? I don't know, man. Let me Google it real quick. Okay, I was right. It is the shield ability. So that it is the ability that gives the shield. Okay, so nice little changes, a little bit more buffs. So that's good. Then we have Brainiac Bounce, which is his ultimate. Damage increase from 50 to 70. Nice little buff. Energy cost increase from 2,800 to 3,400. A nice little trade-off, I guess. A bit more damage for a bit more time to recharge. It's not bad. I mean, he doesn't really rely on his ultimate to get like damage in. So I don't think it's that much of a matter anyway. The most amount of damage that Mr. Fantastic players get are from when he gets full flexibility and he becomes buff. And then we have damage fall off. Damage starts decaying at 3 meters, max to 50 damage at 10 meters. So if he jumps from like 3 meters, you get like some damage decay, and if you jump 10 meters, it's gonna be way more. I don't know. I never know how these work. But okay, I think it's a nice little trade-off. Now, does this mean Mr. Fantastic is gonna be played God knows how much? Not really, as we've seen like this season, he's been kind of a interesting hero when it was first announced, but now it's just like, you know, we've seen him, and he's not that fun when you have a lot more characters to play. I mean, his usage is not up there. I haven't really encountered that much Mr. Fantastic players, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll be wrong. Anyway, moving on, we have Iron Man. Now, Iron Man is gonna get buffs, as it seems. His Unibeam damage is increased from 120 to 140, and his Armor Overdrive Unibeam increased from 180 to 190. Okay, so this is a nice little buffs. Nothing too crazy, so he was very much dependent on Hulk being as his partner to do the Gamma Ray when it comes to like, especially for the Unibeam to get in that damage. So I think this will make him a little bit more standalone, which I can appreciate. So he's gonna be much less reliant on Hulk to get in damage. And speaking of heroes that are on H, Hawkeye, his base health is gonna go from 250 to 275. Nice little buff. Explosive arrows, damage decrease from 20 to 15, spell field damage increase from 25 to 32. I have no idea what it means, but also who cares, because nobody uses those arrows anyway. The only time you've used them are probably in the tutorial or in the practice range just to see like what they look like. Other than that, I know absolutely nobody that plays those arrows or have ever used those arrows in an actual match. Then we have Crescent Slash, cooldown decrease from 15 to 12 seconds. Okay, so his left shift ability is gonna make him a little bit more easier to defend with him. And then we have his ultimate, which is like bow charge speed is accelerated, draw speed increase. Why did I say it like that? What was I trying to do? Like bow charge speed is accelerated. I guess I was trying to rap. Anyway, bow charge speed is accelerated and draw speed increased from 1.2 to 1.35. So that means just when his ultimate, he was already shooting fast, so now he's gonna be way more faster. Guess nice, but nothing too crazy in like the department. So he's gonna be a bit more tanky, a bit more versatile, but nothing too crazy. I mean, he's annoying anyway. I don't like him. That doesn't mean it's gonna change too much. I haven't seen too much Hawkeye neither anyway. But when it comes to Storm, now Storm I've seen a lot of, and I've played a lot of. Not really a lot of it, but you'll see the 2 videos that have go, so check them out. But also for Storm, we have her Windblade damage at 30 meters reduced from 70% to 60%. Then we have for the Aura, self boost goes from 16 to 12%, so it's gonna be a bit more or less, but team boost goes up from 8% to 10%. So that means when she's alone, she gets less buff for her, but if she's around with teammates, which is like 90% of the time, she gets a boost of just 2%. So way less boost for herself, but more boost for the teammates. Okay, and then we have Goddess boost, Thunder, self boost damage increase from 30 to 25%? Is it decreased or increased? How is it increased from 30 to less? Goddess boost. What is this goddess boost? Thunder. Like, this is the thunder ability. I think the other one is the wind, or just overall for both. But for the thunder is the damage, I think it's decreased, bro. What you meant to say is decreased. I think it's a mistake here, but maybe I'm wrong. I think it's a decrease from 30% to 25%, which is okay. So she's gonna be a bit less stronger, which is okay. I think she needs to be balanced a little bit because she's been on a rampage this season, so I think this is a nice little thing to do. Then we have Star-Lord's ultimate from 1200 to 1800. So that means it's gonna take a bit more to charge, which I don't really mind. I mean, I did want to play Star-Lord, and I do still want to start learning this character because I think it's very fun. But I don't think this is gonna change anything drastically, so you know what, I'm fine with it. Okay, moving on, we have Scarlet Witch, which her ultimate now will get 100% bonus HP applied on cast and decays at 50 seconds after interrupted. 100 bonus HP applied on a cast. Oh, so as you know, her ultimate, once you start it, the charge up time is like eternity plus eternity combined, then multiplied, squared, root of, and you know, etc, etc. The joke is already died. So the 100 boost in HP, I think it's a nice little buff, so I appreciate it, but it's gonna be more annoying to deal with her when it lands, but also that doesn't mean that it's still impossible. And then you have the decays at 15 per second after interrupted or ends. So once she casts, it goes, if she casts to 50, so she goes to 300, and you know, that's pretty much it. And if you interrupt her, like freeze her with Luna, or stun her, or pull her, I think it's gonna go just directly to 300. Spiderman web shooters. Recharge time decreased from 3 seconds to 2.5. Woohoo! Nice! I think this is a nice little buff. Nothing crazy when it comes in the Spiderman department, but I think this is such a nice buff for him. Because it's not drastic one, but it's the right one. I think this is right one because he only has like 5 web shooters, mind you. And you know, when you get stuck in that place when you have nothing else to do and you have no swings and nothing else, you cannot really get away. So I think this is a nice. Also, I've ended up multiple times trying to chase somebody for one hit, and they're just outside of that range when it comes for the melee attack to get them. So you're kind of forced to wait. And by the time you wait, somebody else joins in and they whoop you and you kind of just die. So this is nice. It gives you like that 0.5 seconds of safe haven to actually get the KO and move away. Next up we have Moon Knight with his ultimate, Konshu's fist speed reduced. That means he still has 14 hands that fall, but they're gonna fall slower, which is nice. Little tweak. I won't say it's a nerf, it's a little bit of a tweak because the hands, even though they were only 10 and the buff was needed, now they can be a little bit too much. Corrected damage logic. Removed 75% damage for being in the middle of the spell field. Okay? What? So if you were in the middle, you get 75% damage more? Why? And then you have each fist now does 150 up to 75 from 75. So now they do more damage. I don't understand. I'm confused. Please let me know what this means. I don't know what this means. Okay, I guess. I don't know. Guess nice little nerfs. It's needed. His primary fire is still broken. Then we have Black Widow, the hero that nobody cares about and nobody plays, except maybe in quick play or for potential missions. Rifle capacity increased from 8 to 15. Woohoo! Who cares? And then you have her ultimate slowdown effects reduced from 80% to 55%, which I never even knew that her ability had a slow effect. That just goes to show how useless she is. And then we have Focusing Hole added a new effect on hit enemy changes incomplete. I guess this is the snipe, but also who cares? Moving on, we have Magik. So Magik gets her Eldritch Wind normal damage decreased from 45 to 40. Demon Rage normal damage decreased from 80 to 72. So as you know, once you do the portal, you have the two options, which are either the slash or the little gremlin. So now her damage is gonna be less on both, which is fine, just a nice little quality change. But her ultimate seems she's getting a reduced from 3700 to 3400, which again is nothing too crazy, but just, you know, trade-off basically. And then we have Hela, which is unsure about her changes, and we have Soul Drainer, which I have no idea what ability it is. I've never played Hela. I will never will probably. I don't care. I hate that character with the fiery. Damage fall off at 30 meters from 70 to 80%. Moving on to the strategists. We have Adam Warlock, the guy that nobody plays, and I don't think nobody ever will. Maybe sometimes. Very rarely, like maybe 1.1% of the population now plays it. We have primary fire damage increased from 55 to 60, and 60% damage fallout at 40 meters up to 50% damage fall off. Primary fire gets a bit more damage, and 60% damage fall off at 40 meters up to 50%. Cool, so not even his base attack is getting a proper buff. And his soul bond is getting healing increase from 10 per second to 15 per second. Who cares, man? Nobody will play him anyway. I think it might bump up the percentage to 1.2, which is very generous, but maybe more so like 1.112. Then we have Cloak and Dagger. Her ultimate cost is increased from 4,400 to 4,000. Nice. Then we have Dash Lanes, Fog that heals. Duration reduced from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. Okay, so her ultimate now only lasts 8 seconds instead of 10. Nice. Nice little nerf. Pause between dashes reduced from 1 second to 0.67 seconds. So now almost every half a second you get a dash. So it's gonna be a bit faster to do the dashes actually. Then we have healing effect of the dash lanes no longer stacks. Only one lane works when overlaid on each other. Okay, so this is actually something that I never knew, or I was kind of questioning. Now I have it clarified, I guess, because I never was sure, like, if you just bounce in the same place, like, back and forth, if you get something extra, or is it just, like, for the sake of it? People just don't know how to control her. But actually it had a purpose, because the healing stack, and when you have that on top of an enemy, Cloak and Dagger, and especially if you have Loki, which gets another Cloak and Dagger roll, then you just have a stalemate of 10 seconds, staring into each other's souls, very slowly contemplating life, doing absolutely nothing. So yeah, great nerf. Great nerf. I like this tweak, I like this change, I'm all for it. But that means that the damage lane still stacks, or is it just that both or neither of them? Because it only says about the healing one. Well, I guess we'll see. And then we have Terror Cape, which is vulnerability of enemies increased from 20% to 28%. Or is it like that's the blinding thing? Maybe. Okay, then we have Luna Snow with her ultimate cost increase from 4,000 to 4,500, which is a nice little nerf. Still gonna be broken. It is what it is. Nothing else to say. Loki ultimate cost increase from 3,400 to 4,000, and ammo increase from 10 to 12 bullets. Okay, so Loki, I don't know if the increase of the ultimate is warranted, because I don't think it was that much broken. Maybe I would go for something like 3,800 probably, but I guess it is what it is. I think they're gonna probably tweak it after, or maybe they'll leave it, I don't know. But I don't think it warranted that much of a nerf, to be honest. And then ammo, nice, a little bit more bullets, I'm happy with it. And moving on to the last, we have the two heroes, Mantis and Invisible Woman. Mantis ultimate bonus HP reduced from 100 to 75, which is nice because Mantis is also one of those characters that is super broken, especially part with Luna. So maybe, just maybe, we'd see some changes when it comes in the healing strategies layout, but highly unlikely. And then we have Invisible Woman's ulti also increased the cost of 4,000 to 4,300. Just nice little tweaks, nothing too crazy. So basically the strategist lane is gonna probably remain the same. The most changes I'm gonna see is in the Vanguard. Okay, so that's the old information that we have. Yeah, as I said, I think the most changes, the strategists won't see any major changes. I think they're just gonna probably remain the same. When it comes, I think the most changes we're gonna see in the Vanguard department, because, I mean, come on. Thor is getting a lot of buffs. Captain America is getting better and better. So I think finally we can get off the stalemate meta, which I'm all for it. And then for the Duelist, I don't think any drastic changes are gonna happen, despite the buffs and nerfs that they received. I still think like Spider-Man is gonna be the same viability. Iron Fist, I still think he's gonna be useless, or maybe he's gonna be broken, or he's gonna be still the same or super broken. There's not gonna be no in between. I don't think he's gonna be one of the heroes that, oh no, he's slightly better, you can use them, but again, Spider-Man is just the better option. Psylocke is always gonna be the better option, and yeah, come on. But yeah, that's gonna be the end for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what are your thoughts on the balance patches. What are you most excited for? I'm definitely the most excited for the Captain America buffs as a Captain America player myself. So yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and yeah, till next time, I guess.